As far back as history goes, artists have had a muse. Musicians have also had people who go beyond just a fan. Elvis Presley, the Beatles, and Michael Jackson made women faint. The 60s and 70s had free fan love, and now the ultimate in fandom is the rapper groupie. The rapper lifestyle can be viewed by outsiders as one that is simply unimaginable. Huge mansions, private cars, partying, fancy bling bling, and of course, pretty ladies.
Groupies are necessary. Let's be clear, groupies are necessary.
The question in 2019 is necessary to whom?
It's one thing to have an artist perform on stage and have a bunch of girls screaming. You know, it even adds to their self-confidence when, 10 of those girls figure out getting backstage, and of those 10 girls, 3 end up figuring out how to get to the tour bus or on the tour bus.
It's a blessing being able to touch people through music, tour buses, the tour life, the road life, it's amazing.
Tour buses, I like tour buses. I would say it's kind of like a little party on the tour bus.
But why do groupies need to push the limit?
It's part of the culture just in general when it comes to entertainment.
And Los Angeles is really the center of it all.
LA, by the way, is like elite level groupies. Like the best groupies in the world are here.
When I see girls hanging around celebrities, it's always the same girls. The quote-unquote groupie girls that are around these celebrities, it's always the same ones.
Tupac had the song, Every Other City We Go. He talked about this 20 years ago. So.
Every other city we go, every other video, it's all about you. No matter where I go, I see the same.
Tupac probably would be amazed by modern-day groupie culture. With the simple click of a button, hooking up with your favorite celebrity is easy. Instagram, the photo-sharing app where you can grab anyone's attention just by liking a couple of photos or by using its direct messaging feature, is like the freeway for fandom.
Social media made everything accessible at your thing. You can order food, you can order a driver, you can order a groupie, pretty much. Anybody is just a direct message away. It's Instagram is like Postmates for sex these days.
Bands like the Rolling Stones and Motley Crue were absolutely not sliding into anyone's Instagram DMs because it didn't exist. When rock music started gaining popularity in the 1960s and 70s, it attracted a mob of young groupies who followed bands on tour. It was a process. Women and men had to think of strategic ways to meet artists. Tasha Howe should know. She's done research on groupies and heavy metal culture and spent her teenage years as a groupie herself.
There were many different strategies you could use. We ended up knowing a lot of the doormen at clubs, and we knew a lot of people. So we often would become friends with wives or girlfriends of other band members, club owners, doormen, bartenders. And so we were often cute, we dressed really scantily clad, and so we would use our feminine charms to get what we wanted.
No more trying to sneak backstage or finessing VIP passes. Thanks to social media.
We didn't have cell phones back then, so you could just try crazy things and be wild and no one would ever know about it if something bad happened or whatever. Whereas today, I would imagine that with the cell phones, you have to be aware that every single thing you do is documented and somebody's gonna find out about it.
What these girls are doing is recording on their stories, getting the celebrity in the background, recording the studio, or recording the section that they're at.
Being loud with their friends, shaking ass, overly drinking, just trying to look cool and really they be looking stupid.
And these days, the motives may not be the same or as simple as sex, although artists say they get offers.
It definitely goes down in the DMs. I've seen a million crazy different incidents. Everybody wants me to be their boyfriend, their baby daddy, something. It's always some girls that want a piece of Niqo.
It's not just the woman in the DMs. Celebrities are also the initiators of many social media conversations. R&B artist Shariah and radio host Kalisha Pereira know how to get them to click.
I probably have thousands of our messages in my DM. I have a lot.
I think a day I'll probably get maybe up to 10 messages depending on what I'm posting, whether it be a photo or something crazy on my story or maybe a little sexy than normal photo that I'll post if I go out. Given that I'm in the media, I do check out a lot of celebrities' Instagrams very often because I want to know what they're up to, what's going on, and hey, if they dropped a new song, I'll like their, you know, the cover of their album or the cover of their single that they've posted. And the next thing I know, I have like 3 or 4 likes from that certain celebrity.
And sometimes the messages are right to the point.
One specific message I got was like, hey, hit me up when you're off work. Well, I get off work at 2 o'clock in the morning. What are we gonna talk about at 2 o'clock in the morning?
Emojis, or they'd be like, what's up? Where you from? I'm in your city. I'm like, so?
That's another one. We're in town. Those are the athlete ones. We're in town. You know, we got a game. You want to come?
The time he said come to the game, that was just recently, this last game, and he came to my city and he told me I could go to the game, but I wouldn't be able to speak with him.
Like if you know, are an athlete or a popular musician and you message a girl, you know, it's a good chance that they're gonna reply.
Reply, but then what? Whether artists send the first message or women make the first move, the conversation often leads to invitations to shows, hotel rooms, and many times the studio.
Studios are really fun, especially like when you hear a song in the studio that they're making and you're like, oh, this is cool, and then 5 months later you hear it on the radio and you're like, what? Like, I was there when they made that, which is always a super like cool feeling.
I've definitely seen women repetitively show up at different sessions, not even just the same artist. You know, yeah, for sure. It's a little ring of, I don't know what to call it, but it's like kind of they're making their rounds. Yeah.
I've been in studio sessions in like LA, and there's like 20 girls, like hella girls.
Doing what?
Literally all just sitting around. Like no one's really doing anything. Like some people are mingling, some people are just sitting. The girls trying to look super cute, super bougie.
If you're making records and you want to make a record for the club, right? You don't have to go out to the club, you bring the club to the studio. And so if you can have, you know, 20 different women come to the studio to hang out while you're making a record, like, why not?
Male artists like having that energy, female energy. I would get that actually as an engineer. Then men would like having a female energy, you know, a female engineer there because of the female energy. So
I think it's a good thing, like depending on what type of music you're going for, depending on who you are. Like a lot of guys, like they like having women around because of course women are gorgeous and it's just, we was made to be around each other, you know? But me personally, like I know how locked in I get, and I don't want her to feel like she's just sitting around.
You can thank social media for enabling girls to just sit around in the studio, but is stardom still exciting when you've already seen the artists at work, in their element?
I think social media took away the aspect of stardom or of fame. It made it so regular that it doesn't feel the same way like it did maybe in the early times before the internet. Like for example, like, you know, back then if we saw Michael Jackson, because it's like, whoa, like it's so exclusive, like holy, like oh my God, it's Michael Jackson. But like now it's like when you see Justin Bieber, because he's all over the internet, you can easily hit him up and there could be a possibility he hits you back. How regular that is.
Instagram lets you know who is a celebrity and who isn't. The blue verified checkmark feature allows for them to be authenticated. This way, users know it's their real account.
Once I got the blue check on Instagram, I mean, I already thought I was official before then, but that's when all the baddies was in my DM. Every age range, everything, it was going down.
I think celebrities have it a little bit easier because their pages are verified. So all they have to do really is follow you on Instagram and you instantly notice. It's not like someone verified follows you like 5 times in a row or follows you every day unless you're Kim Kardashian, right?
Obviously if it's someone major, it's cool, you know? It kind of gives you like an adrenaline rush and you feel special almost in a way because they chose you, like they're in your DMs. But they're also doing this to other girls.
The men are very talented. They're the top of the game. And so when they look at you or notice you, you feel like you're special because they could have anyone they want.
I think it's cool because, I mean, I'm not on his level, you know? Like, I'm not a celebrity, so it's like, how did he even find me? Why is he hitting me up out of every other girl like on the gram. Like there's millions of accounts out there. It's just crazy how someone finds me. I don't know.
Even after being found, there can be huge roadblocks. Security.
Security always asks like, who are you here for? Security, you have to tell them, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, like prove it, or whatever, give them a name, and then they'll ask you questions like, so what team does he play for? Or like, and then they'll tell you to show the text messages between you guys to like confirm that he said to come over.
Once we got in front of the house and the security guard was like, are you Marima? I was like, yes. I was so excited. I was like, this is really happening. And then when we got to the gate and he's asking all our phones and stuff, I was like, literally, here, take it. Like, I don't need it, I don't want it, this is gonna be a great night, like, whatever, you know?
I don't really trip off me or off them taking my phone, because at the end of the day, I understand why they're doing it, because a lot of people are messy, and, you know, so I understand it.
I think that you also have to take responsibility for yourself as a woman, and like I said, set boundaries, because it, like back then when it wasn't as big of an issue, you know, guys could get away with a lot of things.
So what do women get from meeting up with a celebrity? Attention, friendship, or even relationships? Some could be in it for their own celebrity. Kim Kardashian, Blac, Chyna, and Amber Rose. The three are prime examples of women who made it after hanging around celebrities, turning from Instagram models and video vixens to million-dollar business owners.
Women that hang around celebrities to get that clout, to get that status, they might get it, but it's not gonna last long. There's very few that have achieved that, like your Blac, Chyna, Amber Rose. Those women, they use the celebrities, and they did it for themselves. While they were with these men, they established something else for themselves. Like Blac Chyna got her business. You know, she didn't, at the end of the day, she didn't need Tyga anymore. She had something else that was bringing her income. She built her own fame. She got her own recognition.
I mean, certain girls are able to pull it off, but like, you gotta be the first one to do what you're trying to do. A lot of these girls that think that being in a big music video is gonna help them out, it might not.
It's not just women who get starstruck and clout chase. Men are a part of the trend too.
I think males are more groupies than females these days. Cause I just see how just being in the club when guy artists are around, how they will knock a female over to stand in a section and stand on the couch, or just to be next to another male. It's like, you a fan.
Men are groupies as well. Like, you see it all the time. Like, you'll see someone famous in the club and you'll see them clamoring. I see that a lot in LA. Like, wanting to be around someone famous and trying to get in a, you know, take a selfie with them, because the reason why is because they want to put that on their social media so they can get girls who think that they're close to that person.
Just because women like to hang around celebrities doesn't always mean they're a groupie.
I don't consider me and my friends groupies, because at the end of the day, we don't go out of our way to associate with them super much. Like, I feel like groupies, like, they'll do whatever to get backstage. They'll do whatever just to get seen, to get noticed, to get anything.
Absolutely not. I do not consider myself a groupie at all. There's no way. Like, I just do not.
What's different?
I just think I don't really care about sleeping with them. I just think I want to be their actual friend. I want to be cool. I want them to think I'm cool. I'm not here to sleep with you because you're a rapper.
The main thing that I tell a lot of women is have your own career first. Have your own career, have your own thing going, buy your own house, have your own money, pay your own bills. Don't look to the celebrity or even just a rich guy, period, to do this stuff for you, because they can take it away just like that.
There are women that just end up being like kind of forever groupies, you know, like they don't really end up becoming an artist. They don't really end up anywhere. They just kind of always are that person that hangs out at the studio.
Take it from Queen Bee. Clout chasing probably isn't a promising career. It is a part of our society, however. And if there's one thing we know, it definitely goes down in the DMs.